Hello everyone, Tommy with Studio Sense here, and you know what time it is. It's time to check out more spicy, warm, smooth, awesome fragrances for the cooler weather. Here in this part of the US, the storms have mostly bypassed us, thankfully, but we're getting a lot of the kind of a weird weather phenomenon from them. Today's high is supposed to be like 75, and that's coming from last night being like in the mid 30s, so it's really hard to know how to dress. So I thought I would discuss with you guys, give you some recommendations for some hidden gems that are not only fantastic in fall weather, but they're also great transitional fragrances that you can actually wear them in a little bit warmer weather. And you're not gonna throw down a ton of money because these are excellent deals. So don't you click off this video, because we've got a lot more coming right up. I'm gonna need you to stay and take notes. Take minutes for the team. Welcome back everyone to 7 more spicy fall favorites that are hidden gems at a great price. Now that's a lot of information built into the title of this video, but I wanted to kind of cover everything so that you knew what you're getting into when you clicked onto this video. I wanted to avoid a ton of monologue and exposition in this video because I have a tendency to be a little bit extra sometimes. That's just who I am. I like all the visual things popping up and really cool graphics, things like that. But today we're just going to be focusing on fantastic hidden gems at a great price. I know a lot of reviewers got this trio of fragrances from Mercedes-Benz. They actually reached out and sent them to a bunch of people on YouTube. I didn't get them because I was busy doing something else at the time. I didn't get all of them to make the logo on the top when you put them together. I just got Land and Sea because I knew Land was going to be a bit more spicy. Sea is going to be the aquatic version, and I think those are two of the most easy to use. Land is actually a really nice, spicy hidden gem, I'll say. It's not really hidden because there are quite a few reviews on this one, and they all pretty much agree that it is a nice, subtle, safe kind of fragrance. This isn't taking any chances on ostracizing anybody. Aromatically, it's just a safe, spicy, smooth kind of fragrance. You got tonka, black pepper, balsam, cocoa shell, and some other spices that just make it, again, easy to wear, specifically in the fall weather. But as the temperature inches up, even as it's going to be doing that today, this would be one that you can actually wear in just a bit warmer weather, maybe not the hot days of summer. This is a 2023 fragrance. Anything under 60 bucks, at least in my book, in most cases, qualifies as a cheapie. So that puts it in the category of hidden gem and a quick, easy grab. Our next fall favorite that is inexpensive is yet another from the niche-like designer house Chopard. It's in the much-loved Malaki line. It's Amber Malaki. Amber Malaki is one of my favorite in the line because it's just so wearable. Orange blossom, incense, amber, vanilla, with a particular focus on a smooth, earthy amber. This is an amber in earnest kind of fragrance. Pretty much what you're getting is just this really high-quality amber, and so it feels almost near formal, just as some people will call this near niche. I say near formal. You can wear it casually, but for those days that you maybe want to dress up to the office or somewhere else, this would be the perfect grab. And you can still purchase this for under 60 bucks. Amber Malaki, one of the best in the line and a fantastic fall fragrance. Issey Miyake, and in particular the L'Odyssey line, has been hitting it out of the park lately with some really good flankers, and one of the best in the line, in particular for fall weather, at least I think, is their Wood and Wood. Wood and Wood is just super smooth, lightly sweet. This is recommended for fall by the LME, the Ambroxan. There's a good bit of Ambroxan in here. There's a heavier, denser musk. And there's some lighter fruity notes too, like a combination of apricot and cardamom in the open that is pleasant and super aromatic. Like Mercedes-Benz Land, this one has a bit more versatility for wear in a little bit warmer weather. So again, a day like today where it's going to be inching up towards 70 degrees would be a perfect time to wear this. But on those days where it cools off and gets below 40, it still makes a perfect wear for fall. And you can get a 100ml bottle of Wood and Wood for under 55 bucks, which is a great deal for a L'Odyssey flanker. For our next fall favorite, while we maintain our expectations of high quality, we're going to drop quite a bit in terms of price. It's by Guy Laroche in the, you guessed it, Drakkar line. It is Drakkar Drakkar Intense. Drakkar Intense is moss, suede, and vanilla. That's the primary basis of the fragrance, with this super warm and spicy absinthe open. The reason that you're only paying under 20 bucks for this, which is really, really cheap, is you're paying for the longevity, or I should say you're not paying for longevity because there's very little of it. The performance is quite challenged with this, but it's such a great smelling fragrance that I can't not recommend it. In terms of aroma, this one will last you for several hours, but you're gonna wanna reapply it during the day if you have access to it, carry it with you, or if you're just doing something where you're gonna bump elbows with people for a relatively short period, this would be the perfect grab for that type of situation. But again, I can't recommend it enough because of how good it smells. It has a fantastic presence about it. It just doesn't last quite long enough, but you are paying $18+ for it. Again, under 20 bucks, and it's a steal at that price, even as it's a bit performance challenged. This next fragrance also came out recently, so I'm hedging a little bit on using the term hidden gem because it's not quite hidden. We've talked about it a lot. I've talked about it on my channel more than once. It is from Jesus del Pozo. It's the latest Halloween Man, Mystery. Mystery is another one that has that versatility built in, which makes it a great fall wear. You've got hazelnut, vetiver, and patchouli with some fruit on top. Not like Dannon, which has it on the bottom. This is Pozo, which has it on the top. You guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. Dannon yogurt. I don't even know if they still make it. It's fruit on the bottom. That was kind of their big marketing strategy, was to put fruit on the bottom, and then you had to like mix up the tasteless yogurt with what's on the bottom in order to eat it. Anyway, that's not what this fragrance is like because it does have fruit on the top, which is a super welcoming open. It does darken down quite a bit as it dries down, which is what makes it a great fall fragrance. And it carries that familiar shade of Halloween Man in its scent profile. Super well known by now and very well loved. And you can get this for under 40 bucks right now for a 100 ml bottle, which makes it a great gem for fall. And even as the weather gets a little bit warmer, or maybe there's going to be an Indian summer, you can wear Halloween Man Mystery during the little bit warmer weather as well. This next fragrance that I can hardly recommend for fall weather kind of makes me a bit sad because the entire line has been, once again, done away with, discontinued, for not really great reasons. Definitely understand why, but it's an Azzaro fragrance in the Azzaro Pour Homme collection, what's called the Sensual Blends, and it is Hot Pepper. This one, again, easy to recommend. It's built into the name. This is a peppery fragrance. This is a peppery fragrance with some playful fireworks here and there, some juniper, I think, in the open. There's a bit of chili in here. There's that soft, cozy cashmere along with some other woods and incense that makes this just a super fragrant and aromatic and easy wear for fall weather. This one I wouldn't recommend for warmer weather so much, so we're gonna keep it within the wheelhouse of fall weather only. But for under 40 bucks, and it carries that whole mature theme of the Azzaro Pour Homme built into the DNA, for under 40 bucks, it's a fantastic gem that a lot of people have forgotten about. So if you have hot pepper, bust it out and use it. If you don't, definitely check it out. I would say it's an easy blind buy, easy to wear, specifically in cooler weather. Last of the fall cheapies that I would like to recommend at a fantastic price. In fact, this one has often been called the poor man's La Nuit de l'Homme, or maybe I've just said that. It is, in fact, Trussardi Riflesso. Fantastic, warm, smooth, lightly sweet, fall-oriented fragrance. And right now, La Nuit de l'Homme is sitting at about 80 bucks for a 100 ml bottle. You can actually get this for under 40. Although Riflesso is a bit more of an almondy take on the Night of Man, La Nuit de l'Homme, it is very reminiscent of that fragrance without being an outright clone. I think somewhere along the line it was probably inspired by La Nuit de l'Homme. I can't confirm that. But as a standalone fragrance, it's fantastic. This entire line, the Riflesso line, there's Blue Vibe, and this, so good, so good. Definitely for under 40 bucks, it is worth owning, even if you have La Nuit de l'Homme. There are still differences in this scent profile that recommend it, especially if you really like or enjoy La Nuit de l'Homme. This is definitely one you'll want to own. Well guys, that's it for my 7 more fall favorite fragrances. You really can't beat the price on these fragrances. They are so well worth it. In fact, these are definitely ones that smell like you spent so much more than what you're gonna spend on them. So if you don't own them, or if there are some that you've been kind of hedging on pulling the trigger on, definitely use this video as motivation to just go ahead and grab them up. You won't be sorry, and you'll add more variety and life and spice in your fragrance rotation. As always though, let me know if you've tried any of these out, which ones are your favorite in the comments below, or if there are any in particular that you use on a frequent basis that I've missed that I didn't include. Let us know what those are as well. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. As always, thank you so much for your continued support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video review or list.